Hello YouTube, this is like Magician 60. Unlike everybody else here is doing Vanguard decks, I'm going to be doing a weiss deck. Because I'm different. It's a kill set, kill deck. The primary colors in the deck are green and red, a little bit of blue. First we're going to start with the zeros, we'll move on to the ones and then the twos, but there is a little bit of inconsistency in order due to card effects. The first thing we have here is just regular assist. Gives the cards in front of it plus 500. I just use this as a good assist. It's usually good to have a zero assist at some point, just as extra filler in the back row.
My assists are better.
Yes, I know. So are Kantai's, but then again, Kantai's.
Oh, buddy, Kantai is broken now.
Hey, just calm down. Kantai is one of the weakest decks in the format.
Kantai is scumbag tier.
Never mind, Peanut Gallery.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Peanut Gallery.
Oh yeah, I did actually forget something. Professionalism. These cards have an effect with an event. If I have a certain event in my hand, I can ditch the event to add a card from my clock to my hand, and then take the top card of my deck as damage.
Professional.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the call so you spell C in the top?
Yeah, that's right. I forgot to put them up.
Yeah, that's what I did for like all my zeros. Like, oh, yeah, well, we're just going to do this for the rest.
Well,
professionalism.
Professionalism, yep.
Am I the only professional here?
Shut up.
I'm just too awesome.
Hey, awesome. Shut up.
I'm too awesome for you people.
I'm not even going to bother trying to pronounce some of these damn names because they're so goddamn long.
I wouldn't either. They like to, let me put it this way, weiss likes to give you the whole card's name with what they're doing in the card.
Yeah.
But
so
here's the thing,
if it looks like they're in the bath, it'll say person in the bath.
Pretty much.
But here's the thing, if you're a fan of the series, you would already know how to pronounce the characters' names.
Except side characters that you don't really care about in the first place.
But they were in the show, so that means you
I like Fairy Tale and I know how to announce all my characters, point is. But then again, I'm just a nerd for it, so that's fine.
This card here I have as tech in because it's kind of random. It's basically a 2K beat stick, but if it ever reverses, I can reveal the top card. It forcibly reveals the top card of my deck, and if it's a level 1 or higher, I can pay 1 to kick it back to my hand. This is useful when in conjunction with some of with things like Character Encore and one other effect I have in the deck. Otherwise, it's really just random tech in that I have in here. Vanillas.
Face the camera.
I just wanted to make sure this.
Yes.
Stop that. This dude has a ton of vanillas. Like, my God, look, he has ball girls, tennis balls, shaking hats.
She's a if you were to go to school equivalents, that she'd be the
Maestro.
band.
Yeah.
She'd be the
Just vanillas for filler.
You don't say she's from Ben. It doesn't look like it at all.
I could probably use that Satsuki level 0, but I'd rather just run things over.
I'll try out this new map.
In other words, I would hate for him to have a car. We'd all be dead. I just like to run things over. When they hear thunk, it's pretty good for me.
Too much GTA.
I don't even play that. That's the funny part.
I don't play it either.
Ryuko's father. This is a decent beat stick early on, but it's primarily a support card later on.
30-year-old man.
If it's in the back row and something dies in the front row, I can send it to the weighing room instead of the card.
AKA 30-year-old man.
Sure.
He's gonna make sure we speak from the year.
And by the way, get used to me running 2 different artworks. God damn it!
Get good!
Stop it. That's why you put all your... Here. This is the better way to do it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, there you
Have
go.
you watched Deck Profiles on YouTube before?
Professionalism.
I have, but they're usually there holding it.
Professionalism. I know they have it on a tripod.
Still.
See ya.
I run these in for search power because, to be honest, I actually do not run very many.
Yes, it's a sailor suit.
No. It was glare on one of the cards. That's all.
I don't run very many ones in the deck, so I use a 1 that searches for more 1s because
Why not?
And as I said, get used to 2 different artworks.
He's weird like that.
God, what a guy. Stop that. I even put your deck upside down for that reason.
This is pretty much the main one in the deck. My level 1 at first turn is kind of weak because most of my stuff dies, but these things I want to die. When they die and get sent to the waiting room from the field, do note that this can actually happen during your turn if you kill them by an effect or by playing on top of them. You can pay 2 stock to play one of these from your waiting room.
Some dank memes.
Dank memes.
As the kids would say, dank memes.
There's not really much more to say about this card, except it fishes out these. It may be a little expensive 2 stock for a card that normally only costs 1, but you're getting it at a turn earlier, level earlier.
And yeah, you gotta get used to half of these people don't have clothes on most of the time. Or they're super revealing, so just get used to it, please.
Oh yeah, viewer discussion it's a bit late for that
Just
now.
wait until you get to one of my blue climax.
Yeah. We'll try to censor it as much as we can. I'll probably just put a stupid censor in there.
No, you won't.
No, you probably won't. It's actually not that. It's not that bad enough to be censored, but you probably just do it just to.
Hey,
Again,
I'll cover up the boobs.
No, it's called this at the beginning of the viewer discretion as it dies.
Yeah, probably. We'll do that.
The climax combo with this card is surprisingly decent. It makes it so when you play the climax combo with this thing, when it attacks, not only do you basically drop and salvage a card from your waiting room, but you have to add a closed character to your hand, but you can discard it.
There are too much Rikus, right? Whatever her name is.
All the Rikus.
It's Ryuko.
Okay. Oh, there are too
I
many
don't know because I
Ryukos.
sadly watched a couple episodes. No.
Yep.
Hey man, they have glowing nipples in there. Okay?
Oh, that's only one guy.
I don't care. Glowing nipples are not cool.
Also, when she salvages, she also gains plus 4K, making her an 11-5 by herself. She runs over most things at level 1 because I can get her out at level 1.
Can you put them also a little bit closer to each other? Just a little bit.
I'm done with these anyway.
I realize that, but just for
future preference. She also has Clock Encore, which kind of means they kind of stay on the field for a long while.
You think? Until Natsu keeps running over it over and over and over again?
Now, for some stupid reason, I can't find my third one. And phone. Yes, that is, if you can hear that, yes, that is Death Parade.
Copyright, stop it, phone.
I'll just put, I don't own the song, it just has my ringtone because my phone just happened to go off. Oh, if that's the case, I should hear my text.
Hello.
Oh my god.
No, okay.
Professionalism. I have a third one, but I have no clue where it went. I'll probably just take one of my spares and put it back in the deck. This thing is surprisingly annoying for my opponent, anyway. At first, it doesn't seem.
Hello.
Oh my god, phones! We're back after phone calls. Because phone calls are a thing.
Anyway.
There's no phone calls. Don't know what you're talking about.
There's only Zool.
As I said, in case it didn't get in, I have a third one, just no clue where it is. I'll probably put in one of my spares. This thing's kind of a long-winded effect. I pay 2 stock, kill one of my guys, to then call a level or play a level 2 or lower character from my clock into play, and then put this into my clock. It's a really weird and convoluted effect, but basically allows me to play a 2 at level 1 by sacking a dude.
Am I paying 2 stock?
I'd be paying, as long as I pay a 2 stock card, it would be 2 stock anyway.
It was terrible.
Because, yeah, going minus is so fun.
It's not really minus. I'm dropping 8.
Liar!
I'm losing 1 monster over 1 guy, and that's it.
And you're wasting 2 stock.
As I said, a bit of blue.
You feeling blue?
A little bit.
Blue. That's copyright.
What is? Did you just sing Blues Blues?
I'm blue. I can't see that too much.
This card's kind of a weird card because you actually have to kind of understand the rulings of Encore to actually realize how this thing works. It's an 8K that gains character Encore if I have another closed character on the field, and all characters in this deck besides Mako are closed. And I don't run any Makos.
I'm sorry, who's Mako? For the fans? Or people? YouTube?
The yellow deck.
The fans should know who Mako is. I don't know.
Let's just say there was a picture where she was a certain character and her stand was another certain character from the series.
Yeah. That freaking me.
Let's not put in. When you get your set, you should go get it. But I don't think I'll ever come out. So wrecked.
When this card is put on stage from your waiting room, it gains a marker. Now, due to the way Encore is actually worded, a card goes to the waiting room, then you Encore it, so it gains the marker that way. When it has a marker, it's a 10k basically. It normally costs 2, which means I usually pull it out with Disguise.
Encore is really weird how it works. And yes, if someone sends your stuff to the waiting room, you can Encore it back. If it has Encore, it just comes back later, but it will go to the grave. Yep. So, just to let you know, that's how that works.
Encore even works on effects, and that is weird.
It's really good, though. Oh, hello, broken card.
I don't call it broken, it's just called stupid.
It's very stupid.
It's Kantai level stupid.
Yeah, it's Kantai level stupid, for sure.
This card kind of just sits there and laughs at my opponent because I can't really do much about it. Unless they back of it, that's really the only answer they can do to it.
Choose one of your rear guards until the end of the against
Let's describe the effect first.
What this card does is when it is front attacked, I may choose one of these cards from my hand, send it to the waiting room, play this in its place, and it becomes the defending target. This basically means I can get a 3 out at level 2, but also this card's effect. When it hits the field, I get to choose one of my opponent's level 2 or lower characters, send it to their waiting room, they then choose a 0 from their waiting room and replace it in the same spot. You got an attack coming at me for 2 soul? No, that becomes a 0 and it's now 1. Or I can blow up a level 2 assist.
For now, this guy hates my deck because I keep, every time he plays that, I just blow it up and then get wrecked.
It's actually not that hard, not that easy to blow up because it also gains plus 2k if all my characters are close.
It's true, but also only plus 65 is pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's do it backup counter.
Freaking Fairy Tale backup.
Yeah, man. Thing's insane.
Usually it dies at this point, though.
Yep. Yeah.
He doesn't even let me get this out.
No. I usually don't let him get this 3 out because he usually kills my guys.
The thing is, though, as long as your opponent doesn't have a good backup, this thing kind of just sits there because they don't want to front attack it. It's level 2, so side attacking is difficult.
Yeah. So it turns into really difficult, so I just use my plus 65 KS and
just to get it out of the way.
Get wrecked. Alright.
I think it's about everything with these things. Oh yeah, I also pulled this out with Disguise too. Yeah. I run 6 cards I can pull out with it.
Because he's a jerk. If he pulls it out with Disguise, you're almost done instantly.
Let's also not forget that Disguise is a level 1 event, meaning if my opponent is stupid enough to front attack this at level 1, I can get 3 at level 1. Yeah, because that's fair.
Which is why we don't do that. For a note, be careful when you do that. It turns into really bad days when you do that.
And of course, level 2 assists. See how remembering turn cards upside down?
Finally. We only had to drill it into your head multiple times.
Yeah, about 4 times, that's all.
Yep.
Never mind 3rd time's a charm, 4th, 5th time's a charm, something like that.
6th, 7th, 8th.
Yeah. Yeah. This card has a climax combo, but I actually don't use the climax. I probably should, but I don't really like it that much. I'll explain everything else first. It's, first of all, an 8k assist, which may seem a little weird, but it enters the field rested, that's why. It gives all other closed characters plus 1,000, so it's a 2k global boost to my entire row when I get 2 out. Not as good as a certain Igneal, but...
Oh, Igneal's super broken.
How are you
Freaking Fairy Tale.
Fairy Tale's insane with some of the cards that they have.
Anyway, it's Climax combo for those that care. If you play the... What is it called again? Battle of Fate. It stands if it's in the front row. It has to be in the front row to get this effect, by the way. It stands, and then you add a level 1 character, I think any character. Get level 1 or lower character to your hand from your weighing room.
Oh yeah, shameless promotion. If you guys want Fairy Tail, I can always do one.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Wink, wink.
I just mainly use this as an assist. Worst case scenario, I have actually pulled one of these out with disguise. It's awkward, but I have done it.
Yeah, I can see why that would be very awkward.
Paying 2 stock for a 1, normally 1 stock, and a fan service. Probably take.
Censorship. Wait, censorship.
No, those ones are censorship.
Oh, that's censorship right there.
I'd prefer to run more of these, but that's a trial deck one, and I only have 2 copies of it.
Every man would like to run more of those.
I'm probably gonna take these out because honestly, 2 sold everything kind of.
Hey, no, you're taking out these ones. Oh my god. Okay, I should look at those ones close up. Oh my god. Wow.
I think I'm a close.
Revealing.
It's kill. What do you expect?
This deck should be called revealing the deck.
No, it's
Well, I'm revealing the deck to everybody.
Yeah, of course you are. You're just not ripping off people's clothes. Thank God.
So they changed
It might be sticky if he takes it out. So he can't really do that.
Haha, very funny.
but is it?
I just run this thing because of the +2 soul.
And +2 souls are pretty good.
They're pretty good because sometimes they can actually end up blowing up in your face.
+2 souls are really good. Early game, late game are not so good just because
at level 0 you don't want to do it because you want them to stay at 0 for as long as possible.
1 and 2 you can do it. 3 is not that good just because your opponent has more time to react to what you're doing.
You don't need frickin' 4.
He's done that to me, and every time it's blown up in his face where I've survived and be like, okay, we're gonna kill you now. I think he's only killed me once by it. So
although I have using this card forced people to level 2 while I'm still at level 1.
Yeah, I also did that.
Actually, no, level 0.
Yeah, I forced someone from level 2 to level 3 in no time flat with Urza deck. So
I don't know what I'd put in instead of this.
probably just this guy's thing.
Yeah. In case people want to know what that thing does, it gives 1 soul to everything, and then I put a red card from my weighing room into my stock.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Actually, those cards are